In this video, I'm going to show you how you can unlock your secret 401k account that will provide you with more investment options. After being a financial advisor for over a decade and looking at thousands of 401ks, one of the problems is that you're relegated to only a handful of investment options. But there are accounts that have been around since the 80s that give you a wide variety of investment selections. Now, the problem is hardly anybody knows about it. According to a survey published in a 2021 Department of Labor report, only 1.5% of 401k plan assets are invested in this type of account. In this video, I'm going to share three things with you. One, what is this secret account? Two, who has access to it? And three, what are some of the pros and cons? Before I jump into this, I want to give you a little background on your regular 401k plans. Now, most 401k plans offer a handful of investment options, think 20 to 30, with the majority of them being target date funds. Target date funds were designed for the masses to take the guesswork out of investing in retirement accounts. Now, the way that they work is they automatically blend in more bonds into the portfolio the older a client gets, which is a good thing in concept. However, oftentimes they get more conservative more quickly than we usually like to see. In a Vanguard target date fund, the allocation at age 65 is 50% stock and 50% bonds. By the time the client's 72, that allocation drops to 30% stock and 70% bonds. Now, according to a recent brief, 68% of Americans were invested in target date funds inside their 401k plans in the year 2022. And they're only becoming more popular. So part of my job as a financial advisor is to find the best tools for the job. And if I can help the client get into an account that has a broader investment selection, then I want to present that as an option. This is where the self-directed brokerage account comes in. A self-directed brokerage account is a sub-account inside your 401k or your 403b that allows you to shift money to access a wider variety of investment options. Now, there are no tax consequences and no penalties for doing so. So now that you know what it is, the next question is, do I have access to it? Roughly 1 in 4 employer retirement plans offer this benefit to their employees. Two things need to be in place for this account to be available. One, the custodian has to support that account type. And two, your employer has to offer it in their plan. I'll give you an example. I live in Nashville, and my wife used to work for Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Now, her 403b was held at Fidelity. Fidelity is a custodian, Vandy is the employer. Fidelity supported the account type, and Vandy offered it in their retirement plan. Now, there are a number of custodians that support this account type, and they may call it by a different name. For example, Fidelity likes to call their self-directed brokerage accounts brokerage link. There are certain professions that have higher adoption rates of self-directed brokerage accounts than others, and they're typically service-related industries. So think attorneys, physicians, airline pilots. Now, if you're in those industries, don't worry, you still might have access to. If your company has over 5,000 employees, there's a good shot that you have this offering. Now, they are becoming more and more popular, so check with your HR department if you don't fall into one of those categories. You still might have this at your job. So that brings us to the pros and cons. Now, if you haven't guessed it by now, the big pro is that you have a much wider range of investment options, whether you invest on your own or with the help of a financial advisor. Now, a common shortcoming of typical 401k investment selections is that they may not offer international emerging market funds. Now, as a part of a well-rounded and diversified portfolio, we like to include that. Now, with the brokerage account option, that generally becomes available. Another pro is that you can direct all or a portion of your future contributions directly into the account. This helps automate things and make your life easier. Now, I want to put a big caveat here, and this leads us into our cons section. While the contribution can automatically go into the account, it may or may not get automatically invested. Now, this can lead to a buildup in cash and be counterproductive. So you're going to want to check to see if your plan automatically invests the brokerage account option. Now, another con is depending on what you're investing in, you may be subject to additional trading fees. You'll need to check the disclosure brochure and trading guide for details. Hopefully by now you have a little bit better understanding of what a self-directed brokerage account is, where you can find these accounts, and why you should consider opening one. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing this yourself, please reach out to a financial advisor for help. We'd be happy to assist in any way we can. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing so we can make more content like this. Additionally, if you'd like to see me walk through an example plan that has brokerage link, watch this video here. Thanks.